Intellectual Radio, iHeartRadio.com. Make sure you tune in. What's going on, Fly Guy?
Man, it's a hot evening, brother. It's a hot 8 days in the new 2025. The new year is here. And these past 8 days, brother, they've been kind of rocky.
Yeah, but you know, it's Chicago.
Well, it ain't Chicago, it's the world, brother.
The
it's
world.
What's going on in the world,
Okay,
man.
yeah, well.
We 8 days, into an inauguration, and we almost 30 days into a new year. We barely a month in, and it's things kind of all over the place, my friend.
Yeah, it is. And it's one of those things where you got to buckle up because it's about to be a heck of a ride, everybody. And I hope
it already is.
Well, it started, right?
Yep, the ride has begun. So I would say fasten your seatbelt. That's what I would say. Fasten your seatbelt and hold on tight. If you're a little fragile, you might want to go to the gym and buff up, because you're going to have to be strong for this ride, brother.
Well, I've been getting my workout in, so I'm ready for it.
I know you're ready for it, brother, but I'm talking about the world, man. The world has to be ready for what we in. I'm talking, like I said, brother. So we had an inauguration that took place 8 days ago. And it was the Chitlin circuit during the inauguration. I was one of those that elected to focus my attention on the drum major for justice, because the same day as the inauguration, we also celebrated the life of the drum major for justice, the Nobel Peace Prize winner himself, none other than my favorite hero and historian, Dr. MLK, Martin Luther King Jr.
And I got to play him on that day too.
That's awesome.
So
that's awesome.
That was pretty cool. I got to play Dr.
That's
Martin Luther
awesome.
King, and I got to speak that day and the day after at an event. So it was and the event I spoke at, you were on Zoom,
exactly.
National Day of Racial Healing. So there's going to be a lot of days of healing coming forth. What do you think about that?
Man, healing is going to be needed, because as I sat on the observation of Dr. King's life and watched the movie Selma, I just kind of kicked back and took a relaxed mind approach for synergy and just spiritual energy, synergy, just to kind of digress, because we in real time.
Right.
And so I watched the movie Selma. And as I watched the movie and I looked at the life of Dr. King and I looked at what he was confronted with, nothing really has changed. The way things are done might be a little different, but the blatancy is getting more blatant. The disrespect is getting more disrespectful. When you boo a former president that comes to an inauguration, President Barack Obama, he was booed. A lot of them were booed. The Clintons were booed.
Wow.
President Barack Obama was booed. And when President Obama took the stage, he was booed, and it was inflated. The sound kind of permeated, it increased. But he came in with his head high, and he came in with that swag. Can't nobody walk like Brother Barack. That brother has a level of swag that cannot be compromised. And so when I looked at all that, man, what has changed? And then we get into looking at the migrant roundup. So we come off of the inauguration, and this 47 has began to do what he promised. Now, if you want to say he's keeping his promises, then you can look at the track record in 8 days speaks to he is interested in resurrecting slave catchers. People of ICE is what they're called.
They're training people to be bounty hunters.
Exactly. What does Dr. Phil have to do with anything?
I have no
Why is
idea.
Dr. Phil in Illinois questioning people and asking them if they're citizens?
He's a clown.
A big clown. The whole group is a clown. They're ill-equipped. They're well over their head. They're not the smartest people in the room. Clearly, they're not. And so the migrant roundup has began. Executive orders have been signed.
Wait, first of all, let's stop right there with the executive orders. This man was signing executive orders with a marker, a bold black marker. not a pen,
Didn't I say they were ill-equipped?
a marker. Like, what are you trying to prove?
What does he know?
I have no idea what's
What
going
does he
on.
know?
I
What
have
does he know? If somebody can call in to 708-223-8953 and tell us what he knows, because all I know is what he does not know.
right.
I know that. He does not know anything about healthcare. Now,
And they're
he
trying to they're stopping they today it went in effect today.
Mhm.
SNAP government benefits and things like that.
Oh, all of
All that
that.
they're trying to stop all of that. And I don't understand
Exactly.
why how if you're talking about make America great again, make it great for who?
But here's the
Make it
deal.
great for who? Rich
It was
people?
that's what Make America Great
Rich
Again
white
has
people?
always stood for that. It's always stood for that. It's always stood for that. That's what it's about. He said, I'm giving tax cuts to my wealthy friends.
Yes.
It's not about lower class or middle class.
Hmm.
It's no in between. Either you're the have or you're the have not. Either you got it or you don't.
What do you
Eh,
guys think? Everybody out there watching us live on Facebook, watching us live on Snapchat, what do you guys think about what's going on in the world today? We just want to be real. We want to be real. We want to be fair. And we want people to have justice. We want people to be treated like people. And it's one of those things where what's going on right now is so beyond us. It's even hard to talk about because it's like, what is he trying to prove? I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't know. Can somebody please help? You can call us at 708 223 8953. You can join in on the conversation. Let us know what you think. You can put it in the comments. Let us know what you think. But we're trying to get to the bottom of this because we're really trying to help people and help people understand what's going on in the world today. And we got on it so quick. I forgot to give a shout out real quick to one of our sponsors, Busy Burger. Busy Burger. Check this out. Busy Burger. Okay. Busy Burger. See that? Get busy. They have some of the best burgers in Chicago. They are located in Little Italy on Taylor Street. Busy Burger. I'm telling you right now, I love their chili. I love their soup. I love their burgers. I love their chicken sandwiches. It is good. So, guys, check out Busy Burger. I'm Mr. Chicago, and I put my stamp on Busy Burger. You see that? See the shirt? See the B? See that fly guy? I got to get you one too.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate
But
it.
shout out to all my people at Busy Burger. Thank you for always looking out for me. Thank you for the swag and the gear. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you go visit Busy Burger on Taylor Street. All right. Tell them Mr. Chicago sent you.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, this dude,
And we ain't talking
47,
about ranch sauce.
is he is eliminating federal diversity programs.
Yes.
So, federal diversity programs are all inclusive programs that hire people regardless from different backgrounds, different walks of life,
Mhm.
cultural diversity. He wants to eliminate that. If you work for the federal government, you can no longer work remote.
Mm.
Remember, working from home became a convenience.
Yeah.
It was
Oh, so now he's
accommodating.
putting everybody back
If
out.
you work for the federal government,
Okay.
you can no longer work remote. You have to go back to the office. Birthright citizenship. Now, this one is a court challenge
Yes.
because birthright citizenship, what that means is if you're from China and you have a baby born on American
American soil.
soil,
Right.
they are by right, birthright, a citizen.
Americans.
He's trying to eradicate that.
Mhm.
He's trying to prevent children born in the US that have parents from another country from having US citizenship. That is a fight in the court, and I believe the court might
He's
win
even
that.
trying to if he's even trying to send if you were born here and you're married to somebody that's not here, he's trying to make it where you got to leave too.
First of all, his wife ain't from here, so he should be gone.
Duh.
His wife ain't American.
No.
He's trying to rescind DEI for trans people serving the country.
Yep.
So, for the LGBTQ community, for those of you that are trans, if you're in the military and you signed up to fight for this country and you're giving your sacrifice for the US, then he's trying to rescind that. He's trying to reinstate those who were fired for refusing the COVID vaccine.
Mm.
He's trying to reinstate those people. So you don't want to safeguard yourself, and then you don't want to safeguard others.
Mm-hmm.
Then the granddaddy of them all was day one. He released 1,500 insurrectionists.
Yes, he did.
People, over 1,500 people declared domestic terrorism on their country, stormed the White House Capitol, destroyed Nancy Pelosi's office. People got killed. People were injured. Some people had PTSD. Families lost loved ones and all of this. And he let a bunch of criminals out.
So all of the people that were in jail as a result of
He pardoned.
yeah, it was it December 6th?
It was January 6th.
January 6th.
It was
They
January
all got
6th.
out of jail.
They have all been released
And
from jail.
did he give them government jobs?
I don't know what he gave them. I don't know what he gave.
He's going to
them.
give them jobs, guys. He's
giving jobs to the bounty hunters, to the people that are going to search out migrants, Dr. Phil types. He's giving them jobs.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
But all they are slave catchers, modern day slave catchers. So what this man is trying to do, people, is resurrect Jim Crow. Stay woke, people. Stay woke.
Please
pay attention to what's going on, because this is real. This is real time. Stop thinking that somebody gave you a stimulus check and he's going to put money in your pocket. This man has flat out told you what he thinks of you. He's flat out said he don't like black people. He's flat out said he don't like brown. He said black people came from S-hole countries. He said that already.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to reinstate stop and frisk. This is the same man that felt like the Central Park Five should have still been criminalized, and they were found innocent. This is the same man that did that. Well, we tend to turn a blind eye to things that we should be staring straight in the face.
Well, let me tell you like this. They better not try that whole slavery thing, because it's going to be a whole lot of people getting hurt.
I wouldn't be surprised if some black people helped out with trying to capture people, because you're going to get them a couple of dollars.
Like at the beginning.
I'm being real, brother.
Like in the beginning?
In the beginning.
Yeah.
I guarantee you.
Because when they brought the slaves over here, they used our people to help enslave our own people.
And it's people right now that don't want to identify with the culture. Mm-hmm. They would rather turn a blind eye and act like he's talking about everybody but them, Clarence Thomas. But when you get up in the morning and look in the mirror, your face don't look pale like his. So you are who you are. You were born and created by God, and you have been kissed by nature's son. Own your identity.
Facts. Well, that was a good one, Fly Guy. I think I've had enough of that.
But you can't never have enough of it, brother, because you got 4 years to go.
We have to stay woke.
You 8 days in. You got 4 years to go.
We have to stay woke. We have to stay diligent. We have to stay mindful, and we have to pay attention to what's going on. Don't, like Fly Guy said, don't turn a blind eye. Pay attention to what's going on, because somewhere down the line it's going to affect everybody, Earl. It's going to affect everyone in some shape, form, or fashion. So you need to be aware of what's going on, and you need to know what's going on, because you can and will be affected by it. So let's stay diligent, let's stay woke, and let's make sure we understand what's going on. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in on Snapchat, everybody that's tuning in on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, everybody tuning in. Thank you, guys. You're watching it in IntellectualRadio.com, on iHeartRadio, and this is the Real Talk Podcast with the Fly Guy and Simeon. And today we're just giving you some real talk like we always do, and we're just giving you some insight so you can understand and know what's going on. And I know you know, but we want to keep reinforcing and keeping people aware so we know what to do and how to do it.
Thank God for the rain in California. It never rains in Southern California, but thank God for the rain, because that dryness is swept away, and that helped with the fires. But Sim, now they're kind of concerned about mudslides and things like that.
I mean, well, yeah, because so you have all this damage from the fire.
Exactly.
Right? And now you have the rain, and so it's going to cause things like mudslides. And we have people, Fly Guy, we have people in California. We have family, we have friends, and
I have a friend that had to relocate.
Yeah, our heart goes out to those people, because this is something that they have no control over. It's what you call a national disaster, right? But We just thank God for all the lives that were spared and saved during this time, for all the people that's helping, sending money, going and giving their time and their service to the people, and just reaching out for humanity, because that's what it's about. And we just want to say thank you, and continue to help California, continue to pray for California, and just continue to understand and know that tomorrow's not promised. Anything can happen. So what you do today will be, it will last. Okay. So make sure you treat people right. All right. So California, we stand with you guys.
Definitely. And shout out to Stacy Allen, a very good friend of mine who lived in the historic Altadena area.
Mhm.
That area succumbed to a lot of damage. And that's a historic African American community. A lot of affluent blacks live in that area in Southern California. And Stacy had to relocate. She is okay. She is safe. Her house did not catch on fire, but due to the toxic fumes in the air, because there were things catching on fire that were chemicals, and people were recommended by the first responders to leave the area so that they were not inhaling that. That's like inhaling that air in 9/11. Remember how people
Yes.
walked away from
Yes.
that and they had
Yes.
lifelong lung damage
Yeah, it
and
could be damaging.
asthma and
You're talking about
respiratory
that
issues?
fire is burning all types of fumes and all types of debris and things like that. You don't know what's in the air. So you don't know what you're inhaling and what you're taking in, and it can be detrimental to your immune system. So
Very
it's one of those
much
things where
so.
it's a real thing.
So prayers, LA, LA, LA. I love being in LA. Centinela, La Brea. Oh my God.
Culver City,
Having
Santa Monica.
flashbacks. Oh
My
my
favorite
God.
place is Marina Del Rey.
Yeah,
Earl,
it's
you ever been
cool.
to Marina Del Rey? So I'll tell y'all a fun fact real quick, guys. Everyone knows I lived in LA. If you read my book, you know my story. I slept in my car for 3 months. Well, Marina Del Rey is a real rich area. So there was a gym that I would work out in.
Mhm.
I was in my little two-seater Datsun. I got to show you guys a picture
Not
of
a
it.
Datsun.
Datsun, Datsun 19, Datsun Z
Earth Datsun,
1978,
1970.
right? Yes. And then so what I would do is I would have my suitcase in the back, Earl, in my hatchback, and that I would pull in the parking lot at night and I would fall asleep. And then I would get up at 4:30 in the morning, grab my gym bag with my toothbrush and my clothes and everything, go upstairs, brush my teeth, wash my face, do my workout, take my shower, put my clothes on, and go to auditions like I just came out of my crib. And I did this, but the reason I'm telling you this is there were roadblocks, you know. I didn't have a place to stay because where I was staying, the people got put out, so I got put out, and but I refused to come home. And this was my mom was still living, so you know I couldn't tell my mom because she would have been like, "Boy, bring your little black butt home." But but I stayed the course, and the dollar menu at McDonald's was my best friend.
All
At 10
right.
o'clock a.m., I had a McChick. At 11 o'clock, I had a McChicken and a McDouble. And then at about 7 o'clock, I had a chicken and McDouble, and I was real cool with everybody. So I went to the movie theater and I would watch movies. I knew the people in FedEx, so I would go in there when I needed to print something out. They would help me out, and then I would get when I got a gig, I would use that money. I would send money home to my mom, and then what I would do is I would get myself a hotel room for the weekend. The hotels were cheaper on the weekend than they were during the week, so I
Okay.
had a place to lay my head on the weekends. But I refused to give up. I got in the union, got in the Screen Actors Guild, and the rest was history.
Kudos, brother. Resilience is real.
Oh man, I don't know, Earl, how many films I've done. I've done a lot. Just had one drop, Judge Not, Tyrant, and we're actually about to do the series for Tyrant. It's but man, staying focused, Earl, committed, staying faithful and focused and consistent and committed to the vision and never giving up is what it's about. And that's what I did. I never give up, even now. And Fly Guy, you know how we get down. It's just one of those things where we keep going, keep going. I'm sitting in here with Earl, what, dang on there 20 years later, after working with him in his apartment and then into another smaller space and then to a big space. It's one of those things where if you don't give up and you keep going, eventually your vision will come to pass. It doesn't always happen in your time, but it will happen in time if you never give up. And that's what we have to understand about this, about what's going on in this country. Whatever it is you want to do, just don't stop.
There you go. What has the world come to since we're talking about the country? So we have a high-speed chase
Oh
of
man,
a
I saw this.
shoplifter. The allegation was the woman was driving erratic,
Mhm.
and there was concern for her safety as well as other drivers on the road.
Wait,
Now, the
what was she
police
driving?
got on after her.
What was she
She was
driving?
driving a motorized wheelchair. She snatched and grabbed and hit it in her motorized wheelchair. Look, Sim, she getting it.
First of
See,
all,
the
first of
police
all,
behind her with flashing lights in a motorized. Sim, I didn't know a
Fly guy,
motorized wheelchair went that fast. Can
fly
you do
guy,
40 in that?
fly guy, Earl.
I
First
just-
of all, I didn't know you drive a motorized wheelchair.
she is this lady. Look, she's in the street.
Yeah, I see her.
She disobeying traffic, obey
She got
signs.
she got it on rabbit.
She hit the turbo, baby. I didn't
Man.
know a motorized wheelchair went that
Hey,
fast.
look, let me
I
tell you
wonder if she
something.
could get up to 35.
She got to at least get to 25.
She took that police car. She took that police car. That they need to rev that up to a Dodge.
If anybody wants a vision of it, people on Snapchat, you see that? That's the lady in the wheelchair, and the police car is chasing her. Y'all see that?
And she refused to pull over.
Y'all see that? Y'all see that?
She was 33
Facebook, y'all
years
see that?
old, and she was suspected of swiping some high valuable goods. This took place in the UK. This was in
Oh
London.
man.
And the British bobbies, that's what the police are called in the UK, the bobbies. They got after her. They got with her. I thought that was hilarious. I didn't know a wheelchair could move so swift, brother.
You know what? I'll tell you this. With all the stuff going on in the world, we need to see news like that. We need to see that. That's a breakup from the monotony.
Sim, she go faster than your 10 speed.
Man, look. Hey,
Do a divvy bike go that fast?
it does.
Ah,
As many people that stole divvy bikes.
ah.
I like
Oh
this.
my
Is this your hat?
God.
Is this your hat?
That is my hat, brother. That's my intellectual radio
Earl,
hat.
you gave him this hat, Earl?
Don't worry about what Earl did. Stick with your script, brother. Don't get out of me and Earl's
I
business.
like that hat.
Stick with your script,
As
brother.
y'all can see, Fly Guy is a hat guy, so he'll find a good hat. But yeah,
we
so,
are approaching Black History Month.
yes,
Sim,
I'm
so
excited about Black
what's
History Month.
coming up in February?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. What I'm going to do this Black History Month, Earl and Fly Guy, I am going to purpose to wear something of Black history, whether it's a person, Black people, gear, merchandise, whatever it is. I'm going to purpose to do that almost every day, and I'm going to go back to doing my moment in Black history. I did it before, Monday through Friday. I did a moment in Black history. I picked somebody from Black history, and I tell what they did, the significance of who they were, and their contribution to the world. So, Flag, I'm gonna get you to help me with this. So,
And that's
'cause I
going to
know
be a
you'll see this
great,
stuff.
that's a great segue because that's something we're going to do on the show every
Mhm.
week in Black History. We're going to introduce you to someone that you may not know about.
Mhm.
Some of you may know.
Oh,
Yeah, what?
I got
Just
one.
got a revelation.
Oh, I got
Just got
Earl.
a revelation.
Once I tell you though, and you guys gonna want one, so I got to get you guys one. But the guy, I can't even think of his name right now, but he drank out of the whites only. He drank out of the whites only water fountain.
Okay.
What's his name?
I don't know his name.
Oh my God, I got it, but I'm gonna get it and put it on the shirt.
Was it a kid?
It was a guy, a grown man.
Oh no,
He
because I
drank
saw
out
a
of-
movie about.
He drank out of the whites only. He took the camera, told his friend, "Get this," and he took that picture and he said, "Your water fountain."
Miss Jane Pittman did that too.
Yeah, but
it was a movie on Dr.
It's on my
King's
phone.
birthday, and it was about a little guy. He was like 11.
I think his name was Clarence.
And he drank out of the white only
Yes, I
fountain.
remember that too.
But we're committed to talking about and introducing our listening audience to someone in Black history
Yes.
that was otherwise an unsung hero.
Yes.
We know about Rosa, we know about Martin,
Right.
we know about Malcolm, we know about those.
And that's why I
But
mentioned that guy.
before Rosa, there was someone
Yes.
that didn't give up her seat on the bus either.
Mhm.
But because Rosa Parks worked for the NAACP, she had a coalition behind her,
Yeah.
which brought a lot of notoriety to the issue. And it granted the support of the SCLC, the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, Dr. King, etc. But there are a lot of people out there. We want to educate you all on the Tulsa experience and who J.B. Stratford was. Instead of staying at the Hilton and the Hyatt, you should be staying at the Stratford hotels. And so we just want to educate you all. But coming to Chicago, February 8th through the 17th, is the Auto Show.
Yes, I
Now,
love the auto
the
show.
Shy Fly Guy had the pleasure of having breakfast with president of the Auto Show, none other than Dave Sloan, on last year, February 8th, 2024, to kick off the Auto Show. And I'm looking forward to another experience with learning about the EVs. My favorite electric vehicle is the Cadillac Lyric. I'm a Cadillac man, and so the
Yeah, you do.
Lyric is that's a smooth car.
Yeah.
The Lucid is another
Yeah, the
smooth
Lucid.
car.
Yes, the Lucid. Yes.
They have the Rolls Royce Spectre. There's a Corvette that was there last year. That's an EV. So it's some top-notch vehicle. Simbo, what's your favorite ride, brother? What's the smoothest ride? If you could go to the auto show and pick out a car, what would you pick?
Honestly, you know, the Lexus.
Okay.
I love the Lexus. I love the Lexus. I love the Cadillac. I love the BMW.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, they're very, very smooth.
Those are smooth vehicles. So
Yes.
check out the auto show, y'all,
Yes.
February 8th through the 17th.
And I think we're gonna go. We're gonna go.
Oh yeah, we're gonna
Fly
be
Guy
down
and
there
I are gonna go.
filming.
We're gonna
Definitely.
we're gonna go there.
We'll be
go
down there
live.
filming on location. Check us out. We'll be riding around in Hummers and all kind of because they had Hummers down there last year. I
Yeah.
know that's not a popular vehicle anymore, but they had some fly and you drive over the mountain range.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The all-terrain vehicles.
Yes.
So I found it, Earl, and Fly Guy. It was Cecil Williams.
Okay.
Cecil Williams. Or you see that, Earl?
Cecil.
That I'm gonna have that on the shirt.
Cecil.
Cecil Williams.
Come through, Cecil.
Guys, Cecil Williams. If you guys can see that, he was
Cecil risked his life drinking off that white
Man.
water, that white
Yep, you
people
see
water
that?
fountain.
See that? Cecil Williams, guys. Cecil Williams. And but it's just one of those things where some people just stood up and they weren't scared, they didn't care, but they stood up. But that's why we have to pay homage to these people, and we have to understand and know that they did things that some people just wouldn't do or were afraid to do. So they stood up and they did it. So we have to honor them and at least acknowledge what they did because they put their lives on the line. Drinking from a whites only fountain could have gotten you killed.
That's
and
why I said he
whoever
risked
killed
his life
you
drinking
or
off of them white
got you
people's water
killed or
fountain.
hung, and they wouldn't go to jail or get in trouble for it.
Not at all. Emmett Till all over again.
Man.
Real talk. It's time for person to person.
Oh,
Sim,
yeah.
would you like to do the honors
I
this week?
definitely want to read this one. I definitely want to read this one. So, guys, if you guys have any comments or questions about what we've been talking about tonight, or you have any insight or something you would like to talk about or something you would like to hear us talk about, hit us at 708-223-8953, or you can email us at Simeon@SimeonHenderson.com. That's Simeon@SimeonHenderson.com. You can send your real talk letter and you can be a part of the show. So without further ado, I've been looking forward to this real talk letter. I think it's funny. I think it's cool. And I can't wait to give you what I think. So here we go. You ready, Fly Guy?
I'm ready, brother.
What's up, Real Talk? Real Talk, daddy's baby girl needs you. Okay. First of all, I don't even know how to begin communicating the nature of this letter. I guess the only thing to do is jump right in. Real talk, all of my life, I have been a daddy's girl, even until my adulthood. As life happens, my spunky and spry dad has aged. He's now 80 years old, and officially declared an elder. Now that he is an elder, I have become his caregiver and the overseer of his finances and personal business. As a result of inventorying his bank statement, I noticed a peculiar description of a charge. When I when I asked him about it, he initially told me it was for a bottle of cologne. Based on the amount of the charge, I further questioned, "What kind of cologne did you buy?" He replied, "Stetson." First of all, who wears Stetson?
Well, he
And
80.
okay. Point taken.
English leather.
Point taken. I said Stetson with a chuckle. When did Stetson become such a high price commodity? After watching his body language, I said there is something fishy going on. So I contacted his bank, only to learn that my spry and spunky dad had purchased some Viagra pills off the internet. Okay, Pops, I see you. So, real talk, I nearly died after learning this. First of all, why you died, that's how you got here. And
But I don't think he
after
was
learning this,
80.
I asked my dad about it, instructing him to tell me the truth. He then stated that the lady down the hall from him in the senior building has a crush on him. So I guess he crushing her. Real talk, I'm just done. After hearing this, I recall on my dad's birthday while visiting, there was a knock at the door. When he asked, "Who is it?" a soprano voice began to sing "Happy Birthday." I said to him, "Who is that?" He said with an assuring smile, "Oh, that's Edna. She lives down the hall." First of all, I was taken aback that my dad is conducting an active pattern of life that he needs a supply of Viagra. Not only that, but also that he bought pills off the internet. I don't even know if the pills he purchased are legit. My dad has a bad heart, therefore, I cannot afford for him to be partaking in such risky behavior. What should I do? Fellas, please help a sister out. OUT. Sign, I refuse to let sleeping dogs lie. Wow.
That's the letter.
Well, the first thing I want to say is let your daddy do what he needs to do. He 80 years old. Let him get his freak on. If that's how he want to leave this earth, let him leave with a smile on his face. What you think, Earl?
Well,
I'm just
I
saying.
think, well, she has a point in the fact that she's, in essence, she's implying her father's not in good health. She said he got a bad heart.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's the only thing.
Well, but still, she's, concerned about his activity. That causes your heart to race. So she's thinking, she don't, first of all, even know what he bought. We don't know what if the pill's legit. You know what I'm saying? They advertise stuff on the internet all the time.
Well, flat
And
guy, a little cardio ain't never hurt nobody.
Hey, I want the man to go out literally with a bang. So, I mean, I'm just
so
saying.
let me ask this question, fly guy. Do you think he would be happier going out like that, or would he be happier going out alone?
I think
It's a question.
I think the brother would be satisfied.
There it is.
I won't say happy. I think he
Hey.
might be satisfied. Remind me of The Color Purple when she asked him how did she die. He said on top of me. But in all seriousness, I refuse to let sleeping dogs lie. I hope and wish you the best with your dad, but your father is a man. And if Miss Edna came knocking at the door, that ain't the first time they tapped at each other. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's why he had that smirk on his face.
Exactly, and he knew that it probably would have been easier for him to share that with you if you were a male, but because you're a young lady, he didn't want to come out and say, "Well, yeah, baby, daddy bought him some Viagra." So but nonetheless, it is what it is, and I would suggest not even looking any further into it. Let your daddy do what daddy does. And I know we don't always want to, Simbo said, well, that's how you got here. But we don't ever want to envision our parents in them situations. I don't care how old they are or young they are. You don't want to envision your parents, getting a freak on. At least that don't cross my mind. So the fact that she confronted with this is, and this lady obviously ain't her mom. So, but
hey, let me just say it
wishing
like this.
You the best.
Let me say it like this. Where you think you got your freaky ways from?
Well, she may not be freaky.
I ain't talking about her. I'm saying in general. I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about in general. When people, because so many people, I'll never forget this. This was hilarious to me. One of my best friends was stealing his dad's or his stepdad's condoms, right? And so I was like, man, you keep taking his condoms, you gonna get in trouble. And he talking about something. For what? He don't use them. I said, what the heck you think he buying them for?
What?
Just to sit in so you can steal them?
Right. He buying them for you to steal.
And he told his mom, he said, Tell that boy to quit taking my stuff.
Wow. So as we go into February and look at Black History Film, the Tuskegee Airmen have been reinstated into the Air Force training program.
Yeah,
So this
they
whole
should never been
DEI
out.
thing extracted them.
And the armed forces said this is a part of history that will
Yes.
continue to move forward, and people will know about what these men stood for, what they did for the country, and the different things that they accomplished. That is how it should be.
These were Black pilots, mechanics, and support staff who served during World War II
Mhm.
from basic training. The WASP were female pilots who contributed to the war effort, and they had been removed, but they are all now reinstated as they should be. You know, it's really
Mhm.
interesting that nobody wants a whole race to know about their history. When you erase somebody's history, you erase their existence. And we cannot afford to sit back and allow that to happen. So I'm glad that that's been reinstated because that's important. The Tuskegee Airmen made major contributions as other Black fighters did in the military during
Yes.
times of war.
Yes.
Simbo Soul, February 9th is coming, brother.
Dun, 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 dun.
Super Bowl 59.
Yes, I get to
Holler
talk
at us about your predictions.
Let-
Eagles or Chiefs?
First of all, let me tell you this. I want to say that the Eagles beat the brakes off of the Commanders, but shout out to the Commanders because that young boy, Jaden Daniels, he had that team playing. He's a rookie. No one expected them to make it to the championship, the NFC championship, which he did. And I just want to say kudos to him and the Commanders. And I also want to say kudos to Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills for making as far as they did. But guess what? We now have the two teams that are going to be playing in the Super Bowl, and it is the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. And my money is going on the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not a Kansas City hater. I had to wear a Kansas City shirt last weekend, and I might wear it this weekend because I don't have an Eagle shirt. But I'll tell you
If you
this,
for the Eagles, why would you wear the opponents?
just because, so I could rip it off after they win. But here's the thing, Fly Guy. Here's the thing. I would love to see Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts. I would love to see them win the Super Bowl with the year that they've had, and Saquon Barkley, the running back, the year that they've had. I love to see it. But if the Kansas City Chiefs win, I'll be happy for them as well because they will make history because no team has ever won back to back to back Super Bowls.
Congratulations.
No team has ever won 3 Super Bowls in a row, and this would be Patrick Mahomes' 4th Super Bowl in 7 years.
Congratulations to them.
So
That's
yeah,
nice. And I don't have a horse in the race
yeah,
because my
I don't either.
team is out of it.
Who's
I
your
was for
team?
Detroit.
Oh, Detroit.
I'm a
Yeah,
Lions. I'm a
man,
Lion.
Detroit got their head
I'm
beat
a
in.
Lion.
But they got beat by
But
the
that's
Commanders.
they got beat by the Commanders, and that's okay. We still tight, but I'm a Lion, and the Detroit Lions didn't make it, but that's okay. I'm an Eagle
But
because I saw high and above the rest.
okay. But
All
I'll say
right.
this. I'll give a shout out to the Detroit Lions. They had a lot of injuries, brother. They had a lot of injuries. So we could say had they had some of the pieces, they probably would have came out on top. But like I said, that boy Jaden Daniels, that young boy came to play, and they put it on them, and they beat them in Detroit.
Nothing wrong with that.
So you got to
Real
give them.
talk. Backlash of Snoop Dogg for performing at 47's Crypto Ball. Everybody in the Black community is up in arms. And I don't think that, he responded to it and he was defensive about it. But people are expressing that they are disappointed. I don't think anybody is mad. I don't think anybody has lost
People
less
mad.
love.
People
Well,
mad.
so
People-
hear me out. Let me explain it like this, brother.
They shouldn't
Some
be mad.
people might be mad. The brother had the right to support who he wants to support. He has the right to vote or do whatever he wanted to do. If that's the side he air on, that's his business.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. When we identify with the Black community and the Black culture, and then we step out of the boundary of that because we radical at one moment, but then when we step outside of that and people hold us accountable for it, don't get mad about it.
Right,
Because
right.
people are entitled to express their point of view, just like you're entitled to express what you do.
And he
I
did
don't-
do a video.
in the
He
in the
did do a
arts.
video. He did do a video saying that he would never perform for Donald Trump.
He did that, and
And-
Elon Musk brought it up.
Yeah.
Elon Musk brought it up and showed him. And so the fact that you've now aired in a different manner, once again, he's entitled to do that if he chooses. The arts is the arts. However, all I'm saying is people are disappointed. Now, some might be mad, but
No, some people are mad.
people are disappointed because they saw him in a particular way. They saw him in a particular eye. And then you came back and did exactly what you said you would never do.
Exactly.
I think it's unfortunate because I like Snoop. I think he seemed like he a cool brother.
Man. I showed you the picture of me and Snoop.
But it's unfortunate that
I smoke weed with him though.
That 47 and his team represent the same people that spit in the face of Dr. King. They represent the same people that poured coffee in John Lewis's face when he was a freedom rider. And these are the people that you chose to sing and perform for when we were observing the drum major for justice. So I think that's why a lot of people in Black America also have an issue or disappointment with where this went with him.
It goes back to my favorite song. Looking back over the years, I guess I'll shed it some tears.
It's just unfortunate, brother. It's just unfortunate.
But you know, man, let me say this. I'll say this and I'll say it. It's not going to make me stop liking Snoop. But I will say he went back on what he said and what he believed, and he did it publicly. So that's the thing. Had he not did that video, and people didn't say that, they really couldn't attack him the way they attacked him because, hey, he just did it now. But he said he would never do it. Nobody should ever do it. And if you did it,
and Elon Musk reminded him of what he said. Elon Musk
when did he
on 47's team brought it up.
When did he bring it up?
And brother, listen to D.L. Hughley. Yeah. Listen to D.L. Hughley laid it all out. It's all out there anyway.
Yeah,
it's out there. It's not a secret that all this is going on. But it's just unfortunate that when we get in, once again, in the Black community, we're not cohesive if we don't sign on to what you sign on for. But 90+% of us didn't vote for him. 90-some% of women didn't vote for him. So there's a percentage that did collaborate and stick together and unify. Enough people voted for him, but I'm talking about those that did not. That's what I'm talking about. Right. So when we are in our agenda and the community is holding us accountable, don't say we're not sticking together because that's not accurate. We're holding people accountable for their actions. And that's nothing wrong with that.
Holding you to what you said.
Exactly. All right. Okay. So that's real talk. So Simbo, what you got for us till we go back?
Man, let me tell you something. I want you guys to remember something. Life is going to be filled with roadblocks, but I want you to bust through the roadblocks. Things are going to be thrown at you. You're going to be hit with things left and right. But I want you to understand that a roadblock is not to stop you. It's to set you up and prepare you for what else is to come. So don't let the roadblocks of life tear you down and push you out. Let it be a catalyst and let it be an example that even though the roadblocks come, that you can still bust through them and you can still make it. And remember to be symbolic, simply your best, and believe in what you're doing.
In the words of my boy Tupac, keep your head up. That's my dude, man. That's my dude.
Hey, guys, thank you so much for tuning into the Real Talk Podcast on iHeartRadio and IntellectualRadio.com. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go to the channel. Follow Fly Guy and myself on all social media platforms at Simeon Henderson on everything. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you go to IntellectualRadio.com, give it a follow, and continue to support. And remember, right here is where we feed your brain with real talk.
That's real talk today, brother. Peace.